Hello guys, welcome back again to Shinobi Scale channel. In this moment we will show you about the new Jinchuriki in Boruto era power levels. But before entering the Shinobi Scale video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, because Shinobi Scale still has many power rank video for you. Himawari Uzumaki is the daughter of Naruto Uzumaki, the 7th Hokage, the hero of the 4th Shinobi World War, and Hinata Hyuga. Himawari has always been close to several Jinchuriki because of her very close relationship with the Jinchuriki and Biju like Kurama and Shukaku. Starting when Naruto mistakenly bought a Shukaku doll to Himawari, this was the beginning of the relationship between Himawari and Shukaku. The original Shukaku then met with Himawari and lived with Naruto's family at his house to take care of him. At first it was difficult for Shukaku to accept this, but in the end Shukaku understood the relationship between tailed beasts and humans, like Kurama who really wanted to protect Naruto. Unlike the previous Shukaku Jinchuriki who tended to be quiet and cold, Himawari's positive and cheerful personality managed to melt the Shukaku who previously was very cruel, and liked to control humans while they sleeping. The climax was when Jigen's attack on Naruto's residence. Sharp iron issued by Jigen in all directions reached Hinata and Himawari's who hiding in the house and accidentally hit Himawari. Shukaku who couldn't bear to offer himself to be sealed into Himawari, in the hope that he could treat her wound. Himawari then rages until finally unconscious before she injures Hinata. Himawari now gets the wind element and a Kekkei Genkai, which is said to be the strongest weapon of the Tsunagakure Kage, namely the magnet release. Himawari can even combine Kaiten with sand to create a sandstorm tornado, which is said to be the strongest defense of the Hyuga clan. Wasabi is one of the Ganon from Konoha who has a unique jutsu in the form of cat cloak which she can use to make her physical form and agility resemble a cat. On her study tour to Kumogakure, curiosity brought Wasabi to a restricted area, and opened the seal in the jar where the Mothatabi was kept. The two-tailed beast that came out immediately went berserk, then in a precarious situation it had to be sealed into Wasabi as Mothatabi Jinchuriki, the two-tailed cat that was previously sealed inside Yugito, after being finally transferred to Rikudo Sage Hagoromo's Kohaku no Johei after the war. With her new power, Wasabi can now increase the power of her cloak paint, and can control blue fire like Mothatabi.
血に濡れている。君を切りたくない。血に濡れている。君を切りたくない。
Kagura Karatachi is the grandson of the 4th Mizukage Yagura Karatachi, and a talented chunin from Kirigakure. With his strength and prodigy, he became one of the inheritors of the 7 Kirigakure swords, namely Hiramekure, at a very young age. By carrying the blood of Yagura, the former three-tailed Jinchuriki, the High Leader, the Mizukage, and the Daimyo of the Land of Water, agreed to make Kagura the next three-tailed Jinchuriki named Isobu. Kagura's destiny seemed to have been determined at that moment, with the release of the sealed Isobu, causing chaos in Kirigakure. This thing's making Kagura steady his heart as the Jinchuriki of the Three Tails, so that there would be no casualties there. After uniting with Isobu, Kagura's power became more powerful than before, with sword techniques, Hiramekure, and killer modes such as Yagura. Kagura is already very strong, but now coupled with the power of the Biju, Kagura gets very strong water elemental power. Now he can use water elemental moves like Water Prison, Suiryudon, and Mizukagami like Yagura easily. In addition to ninjutsu, Yagura can also use a technique that can only be done by Isobu the three-tailed beast. Kagura can swim at high speed in the water like a torpedo. Then coupled with the hit of Hiramekure makes Kagura a living missile in the water. With his strength Kagura becomes one of the strongest ninja in Kirigakure today, and also a candidate for the Mizukage in the future.
パンチが当たってねえってことは当たればすげえかもしれねえってことだろ。パンチが当たってねえってことは当たればすげえかもしれねえってことだろ。
Seki is one of the best Ganon from Iwagakure, and is a prime candidate to become a Chunin. Seki is a shinobi who can use earth elements, but he specializes in taijutsu as his mainstay attack. He uses a technique he calls ultimate Genbu techniques, which is said to have 108 deadly techniques. After he failed the Chunin exams, Seki then decided to practice in the Sanzu Plains, a special training ground in Iwagakure, and can only be passed with a severe test. In the middle of his training then he met Boruto, and Onoki the third Tsuchikage, and managed to defeat Sanzu Plains Wolf who was the guard of the place. Seki's prowess made him later recognized by Iwagakure, and made him the heir to Son Goku the four-tailed beast. With this new power, Seki can awaken the lava element Kekkei Genkai, so that he can combine the lava element with Genbu ultimate techniques. This makes Seki stronger, and closer to achieving his goal of becoming the strongest shinobi in Iwagakure to make his grandmother proud.
圧の上昇、浅い呼吸、手に取るようにわかる。圧の上昇、浅い呼吸、手に取るようにわかる。
Yodo is a Ganon from Sunagakure, who is one of the participants who represents the land of sand as a Chunin exam participant, with Shinki and Araya. As a seeded participant, of course, Yodo can pass the first and second exams easily. After being defeated by Shikadai in the third exam, Yodo trains to become stronger, and develop his moves. On the way, Yodo arrived at the Sulphur Valley of Iwagakure, where the five-tailed beast named Kokuo living. Kokuo who was interested for the first time peeked at someone's practice from afar. Practicing in extreme places made Yodo work very hard until she was too tired, and unconscious before completing her new stance. With the intention of saving Yodo, Kokuo then entered into Yodo, and made her a Jinchuriki. After getting Kokuo's power, Yodo got a new element in the form of fire, and water, and finally she got the power of Kekkei Genkai in the form of boil release. Combined with her super hearing, Yodo who can detect the presence of her target can release a hot steam wind attack which if hit by anything will instantly melt it. This makes Yodo even more powerful than before. Yurui who really idolizes Killer Bee, auditioned for the candidate for the heir of the eight-tailed beast as a Jinchuriki, but during the test he failed because he was unable to match the strength of the Killer Bee in doing lariat. After failing as a candidate for the Jinchuriki eight-tailed beast, Yurui became sad until finally encouraged by Samui. Then Yurui practiced developing his bubble technique to become stronger with Samui. Yurui's potential with bubble ninjutsu which is very suitable to be combined with other tailed beasts, namely Seiken, like Udakata the former of six-tailed beasts Jinchuriki. After being brought to Kirigakure, meet with Mizukage, Udakata family and friends, they agreed to give Udakata legacy to Yurui to becoming the Jinchuriki of Seiken. Yurui then can make his bubble ninjutsu stronger. He can create slimy bubbles that are very sticky so they will stick to his enemies, and plus the acid jutsu from Seiken makes anyone who is hit by Yurui's bubble melts, and is affected by his body being destroyed instantly.
カロリー満タン。ナイス。よし、カロリー満タン。ナイス。
Chocho is one of the talented Ganon in Konoha, and is a descendant of one of the strongest clans in Konoha, Akamichi. Chocho, who is identical with the use of ninjutsu that resembles a butterfly, is determined to get a new power that is very powerful but still emphasizes her image so far. With a recommendation from the Hokage Naruto Uzumaki, and the daimyo of the Land of Waterfalls, Chocho was then brought to Takigakure, and became the Jinchuriki of the seven-tailed beast. They then met. Chome immediately felt compatible with Chocho because it seemed as if she saw Fu at her, from physical and similar in nature, and then finally Chocho became a seven-tailed Jinchuriki. With Chome's power now Chocho can fly freely. She can also combine Bubun Beka with her wings so that she can become a human meteor ball that can destroy anything from above. With this Naruto does not regret recommending Chocho as a Jinchuriki.
証拠だからあんた証拠ウィー君の証拠だからあんた証拠ウィー
Dudung Hyuga is the son of a former Raikage named A, and Hinata Hyuga, who later lived in Kumogakure to become a lightning elemental fighter ninja like his father, and is a candidate for the heir to Gyuki the eight-tailed beast because the previous candidate, Yurui, was too weak, and could not master the combined technique, called lariat. On the day of determining the heir with a killer bee as a tester and doing a triple lariat, to see the potential of the candidates, Dudung showed his talents and abilities brilliantly. Dudung can do triple lariat perfectly with Killer Bee and his dad A. Dudung later became a very strong ninja. He even got the nickname Killer Dudung, or better known as Killer D, because he was like a killer bee who was reborn, but stronger because he had a Byakugan, and could use 8 trigrams of 512 palms combined with the Hachibi tentacles he used like the hands, and chakra centers. The name Killer D is now worldwide. Bearing the name D, it is suspected that Dudung will become the Pirate King in the future and find One Piece.
7代目を侮辱してんじゃねえ。7代目を侮辱してんじゃねえ。
Kawaki is a child who was raised by a crime organization called Kara, to become a future vessel for Ishiki Otsutsuki. Kawaki, who feels he is not being treated well, then decides to leave Kara's headquarters, because he is always being tortured by Jigen. After escaping, then he was taken to Konohagakure by Team 7, and was taken by Naruto Uzumaki, who raised him like his own son. Then for the first time he met, and talked directly to Kurama the nine-tailed beast inside Naruto. After Naruto's death in the final battle against Ishiki, a bit of Kurama's chakra was apparently still in Kawaka's artificial hand, and responding to Kawaki that was nearby, with Kawaki's body that being able to regenerate this could help the transition to acceptance of Kurama. After merging with Kawaki, Kurama then explained to Boruto, and the people around him that Kawaki and Naruto had something in common. They were both considered monsters, had been abandoned, had been exiled, and could understand how Kawaki felt. Kurama also explained how the life journey of a Naruto who was originally a bad ninja, became a very great ninja. With his new power, Kawaki can use the QB chakra mode, and shoot a tailed beast bomb even in human form through his karma. With his new powers, Kawaki is ready to fight Ishiki for revenge.
決
Ada is one of the strongest cyborgs in Kara, and was created by Amato based on a reference from his daughter who had died. But it was finally revealed that Ada, and other cyborgs were actually created by Amato with the aim of defeating Jigen. Ada has the ability to know everything that is happening around the world, and makes anyone who sees her fall in love, and fall to her knees in front of her. Living in a boring world because it's so easy to conquer, Ada wants to make an ideal world where everyone acts normal to her. Then she made herself a Jinchuriki 10-tailed beast kept by Kara, and Ada hopes that in the ideal world she created, she will someday find true, sincere love like she's always dreamed of. That's all from Shinobi Scale channel. Don't forget to stay tuned for the next Power Rank video. Thank you for watching this video guys, we will back again with more interesting videos for you.